virtual people. Welcome to episode 32 of VCR Redux. We take your favorite franchises out of the analog era and bring them back to 2021. I'm your host, pop culture punk Chris Stiles, joined as always by my co-host with the most, film professor Ian Klink.
How you doing, everybody?
And we have two radical guests on the show tonight. First up, he's a master of shredding across six strings, guitarist for legendary New Jersey bands Bedlight for Blue Eyes, Honey Red, and Night Lover. And he's a songwriter, an engineer, a producer, and a hunk. Derek Weber is on the show.
Hello, how you guys doing?
That's a real band name, Night Lover.
Night Lover is real and it's life. It's bigger. They're bigger than Dawkins. Some would say.
Nobody's bigger than Dawkins. Dawkins not even bigger than Dawkins. Dawkins the wettest fart ever laid by anybody in the history of any
rounding
band.
out this righteous crew, one half of the brilliant duo behind Retro Fiend Radio, makers of the finest canon and martial arts documentaries on the internet, including the making of Avenging Force with Sam Furstenberg, from Brooklyn Punk to Hollywood Ninja with Stephen Lambert, and BTS Stories with Brian Trenchard Smith. The newly released interview with music supervisor Don Perry is available on YouTube now. Dustin Niño is on the show.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for having me.
By the way, that is a great series on that. I mean, the movies that man has done, soundtrack wise, it's everything. It's action movies, and then it's like Bikini Farts 5. Like that man has done everything.
Hey, don't knock Bikini Farts 5. Those are the movies that like made me who I am.
Look, I know it's not Bikini Farts 4, in space, but
well, we can't all be, Citizen Kane, can we?
They brought it back to the hood, so that's
they brought it back to the hood. Exactly.
Bikini farts in the hood.
Oh my God, we need to make this. Side note: we're here today to serve up some Muay Thai with a side of Naksu cow, and nothing pairs better with that dish than some mussels with Brussels over a bed of Code Man. That's right. The time has come to resurrect the Kickboxer franchise. But before we can reunite the Sloan family, we need to talk about how Kickboxer came into our lives and what we love about it. We'll start with Dustin and Derek, but that also goes for you guys watching at home. Hit us up in the live chat with your Kickboxer stories, and don't forget to hit us with those crucial details, like if it was cable, rental, VHS, theaters, or Laserdisc. We're dying to know. So, dudes, which Kickboxer kicked you first?
Bros. Bro hams.
Derek,
who got kicked first?
Yeah, who got kicked first? Was it Sasha Mitchell? We talking JCVD original? How did it happen? Whoever wants to go first? Don't be shy now.
all right. Well, for me, it was I think Kickboxer. I think a Kickboxer I saw on TV, on cable first, pieces of it, and then I think I remember going to the video store and getting it, and then the video store down the street had like a small martial arts section that they just jammed in the back corner of the store behind the softcore, where all the cobwebs were, and where I spent most of my time. And they had all 5 of them, eventually. So, I made my way all through all of them.
So you came in kind of late then. You came in by the time you came in, there were already like 5 of them in existence.
Yeah, I mean, I remember them like just finding them periodically throughout. Like I don't know if they were all there at once, but I definitely remember just renting them at some point. They could have well been all out by the time I got around to them. It's been so long, I can't remember, but I definitely remember.
Crank them out. They did like 5 movies into 60 years.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, right. I mean, the last one came out, like 93 or something, or 90?
I think it was 95, maybe. Yeah, or maybe it was even faster.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I think the fourth one was 94.
And
94.
95, I didn't see. I saw that one actually after Only the Strong came out. I saw that in the theater with Mark Dacascos, and then I was like, well, who's up with this dude, And then so I remember renting
Double Dragon.
Curious, right? Yeah. I was curious of what his. I think I remember
star in Double Dragon.
I think I remember like not knowing he was in Double Dragon, one of those things, and going, "Oh, that's the dude from Only Strong." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I didn't connect that until like way later in life either.
Yeah, I if I remember correctly, but yeah, Kickboxer and like Bloodsport, I remember just catching on TV after school, and just being like, "Dude, what is this?" Like, I gotta, rent this and see it all the way through or whatever, so. And of course, just anything in the martial arts section I would have to watch. So that was there because that was always the cheapest VHSs too. So there's always like $1 or something, so.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Derek, how did Kickboxer come into your life, my man?
Well, in like the teen years or whatever, like adolescence, like being with my dad and my brother, like watching, all the cheesy action heroes. You had like Seagal and Van Damme and stuff. It was just like, it was like that scene from Step Brothers where everyone's just like, yes, whenever like somebody's bones break, you know what I mean? So like, that was like a bonding experience in my family, was watching like the cheesy action stuff. So like, it just holds a special place in my heart. So yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
And still to this day, it's great.
Oh, no question. Ian, do you remember the first time you got kicked?
I do. So very similar situation with Derek. My dad is just my dad is my hero when it comes to movie watching in the 90s. Because my dad, for being a minister, everybody always thinks my dad, would never like be into movies and all this stuff. No, my dad would go up to the counter and be like, "What's the new Steven Seagal movie? I want to see it." My dad loved those action movies, and so I definitely remember renting. This would have been Bloodsport II. All right, so or no, Blood Fist II. All right, the Roger Corman ripoff of Bloodsport. So
Dragon Wilson.
Yes, so it was a double feature. Yeah. So that weekend, Dad rented Blood Fist II, and then he also rented Kickboxer. And so
what a double feature.
Oh, it was the best.
Seriously.
It was the best. And this is like those days when I had my action figures. So, after I'd watch these movies, I'd recreate the entire movie with my action figures. Yes. So I distinctly remember I had the Casey Jones action figure from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles III, who was like in Samurai Casey Jones.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And so he was the villain. I remember playing with him as the villain. And pretending to like dip their hands in glue and all this stuff. So
yeah,
very fond memories. So Derek, I get what you're saying. I remember my dad specifically laughing every time a guy got hit, just to
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned Bloodsport too. I feel like it's Kickboxer's destiny is to be like mixed up by people like between that and Bloodsport. The way that people like mess up the Rocky sequels, like everyone will tell you their favorite Rocky is 3, but then they'll be like, "That's the one with the Russian, right?" It's like, no, that's 4. And I feel like everyone's like, "Oh, Kickboxer, yeah, like I love that one with Chong Li." It's like, no, that's Bloodsport. That does happen.
It all mixes together in a beautiful side.
Yeah, I mean, they're both like late 80s canon Van Damme, like kind of the movies that made him, So I could definitely see that. Of course, how can you forget the great Forrest Whitaker and his work in Bloodsport? But
the
thing for me is winner. Like what gives me the edge for Kickboxer, and I'll say this quick before I get into the live chat a little bit. Zien, the guy, and I forget his name off the top of my head, but Zien is like worthy. Dennis Chan, thank you. He's worthy of like, he's on the Mount Rushmore with like Miyagi and like the other great like, movie senseis. And it's all about like movie bullshit. It has nothing to do with real karate or anything. It's all about just like acting and like pathos, like delivering this like kind of like, simple stoic genius with pathos. And he does it so well. And that's the thing that, and we get into the sequels, kind of ties it all together for me, because if they didn't have him, later on, the movies would have fallen apart. But he becomes kind of like the Dr. Loomis of like the Halloween franchise for a minute there. And I don't know if he's still around or not. I like to think he is, but I could be wrong.
I think he is still alive.
So God damn it, we're gonna get into that in the second half hour.
Yeah, he's a great character actor for sure.
He is, because he never has to fight anyone. You don't have to like saying this like Matt Morita couldn't fight. You don't need to see that. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. I do want to touch on the chat. Easton Strickland is in there. What's up, Easton? Thanks for tuning in. Alex Bonafante as well. Thank you so much, my man. Jado Rose. Bunch of new names in there. Angie and Mike Saunders, the mashup geniuses, are in the house. Alex Bonafonte is saying way better than Night Ranger. Bikini Women of Mars changed my life. So you have some serious fans. Angie Saunders says it was VHS and they were hot. Hardcore Graveyard says Sasha was the real Sloane, to which I definitely agree. The sequels are where it's at for me. I'm sorry, but it's true. 3 and 4 are just magical films, and 2 is no slouch either. We'll get into that though. Alex Bonafonte says, as many will probably today in the chat, the first one is the only one for me. Jotto Rose says Van Damme Kickboxer was the best, and I grew up on VHS and TV. Again, echoing the same sentiment. Alex Bonafonte riffing about Blockbuster was so puritanical. No beaded curtain section. And Hardcore Graveyard wants to know if that's an Avenging Force poster behind Dustin.
Yeah, good catch, man. That is. I'm on the camera. But, yeah,
Hardcore
catch,
Graveyard, man. Actually, my good buddy Corey Gomez let me know recently, and again, we'll get into this with the sequels, but that Sasha Mitchell hated Part 4, and he only did it as a favor to Albert Pun, the director. So, and again, I credit Retrofiend Radio, I think, is the reason I started pronouncing his name the right way, because I was saying Pun for a long time in my life. But anyway,
I think technically it's Pun, but
is it Pun? So maybe I was kind of saying
Pun,
it right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But anyway.
Well, either way, besides the point, the man's a genius, and we all love his work. Him and Sam Furstenberg obviously are like the Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen of canon films, without question.
Yeah.
But getting back to Kickboxer, of course.
Best sentence ever.
It is, it's fucking poetry. Don't even try and walk out on that one.
I'm not. I'm here for it, brother. I'm here for it.
So my first time with Kickboxer, at least that I can really remember, I was on vacation, and I may have seen like snippets on like WGN prior or something, but I was on vacation, and my parents rented this house that was filled with VHS tapes, and they had like a catalog, like every cupboard had tapes, and they were like numbered and shit, and we like, they had these Van Damme movies, so we were just like watching them every night after dinner. And one night we watched Kickboxer, and I became instantly obsessed. And then not long after that, I picked up a copy of Kickboxer 2 from Blockbuster. Speaking of puritanical video stores. But it didn't connect with me at the time. I wound up liking 2 a lot more later in life, but it, like, 10-year-old me was like, this is a fucking fuck this shit. There's no Van Damme. Like, what the hell? Like, I should have figured it out from the cover. I think I was like so optimistic or so thirsty for kickboxing that like, he's probably in it somewhere, at least a little bit. Like, he wouldn't just like leave his back on the Kickboxer franchise. Such an idiot. So it really didn't connect with me, but it was later when I saw 3 that I was like, wait a minute, this is a fucking franchise to be loved. And I think the difference was, I think 2 didn't have Dennis Chan, if memory serves. Again, they're not as fresh as I'd like them to be. Was he in 2?
Yeah, he was in. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he comes back, and after they burn down Sloane's gym and jack him up pretty bad, he comes back. They fly him in from Thailand. That's what it is.
Yeah, he comes in late, but in 3 he's there from the beginning. Right. That's why it always feels like he's not in 2.
3 is just like a rip ride. Man, he's like they're all just shooting guns and shit. It's a full on action movie.
That is when I'm like, fuck yes, because that is when we're in full on Death Wish territory, where it's like, let's just throw out this like barely a boxer or a kick. Like, it's just like one-liners and bullets and like human trafficking and like beach torture scenes, and it's just like everything awesome about
it's insane.
When you get to that many sequels, you don't even have to kick anymore. You just bust out the guns.
Exactly. Now, did you, Stiles, did you get into the Kickboxers before or after you saw Step by Step, or was it kind of simultaneously?
I was aware of Step by Step. I wasn't like, it was not like my favorite show or anything like that. I mean, like I enjoyed it.
Damn it, that is him.
Yo, fuck yeah. You didn't realize that? What do you think I was talking about when I kept calling him the Code Man?
That's cousin Cody.
Sasha Mitchell.
Got it.
Who is again?
You're never gonna look at it the same way again.
I didn't even.
Which I gotta say, in all the Kickboxers he's in, he's trying so hard not to be the Code Man. I feel. Like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
trying so hard
Oh,
not
yeah.
to just be like
Like he's
"Yo!"
typecasted.
But it's like
Kick him in the
Keanu trying not to
face.
be. But it's like Keanu trying to not be Ted throughout most of the 90s. You
Whoa.
know, like most of the time he's just
Right,
Ted,
right.
and you love it, and it's like,
Right.
come on, we need it. You're
Yeah,
Ted.
yeah.
Just
No,
embrace
I
it.
mean, I don't. It is what it is. Yeah. I don't know. There's an episode of Step by Step I remember that sort of intrigued me to watch the Kickboxer movies because if I remember
He
correctly,
kicks
like,
ass a couple times on the show.
yeah, he kicks somebody puts their hands on Dana or something, and he kicks through a
By,
fucking
like, a
soda
vending
machine. I
machine,
remember.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, dude. I was like, this dude does martial arts because when I as a kid I was doing martial arts. I was doing like taekwondo and kung fu and stuff. So I was like anything martial arts. I was like, I gotta watch this, you know. Or if there was an actor that was doing martial arts, I was like, all right, yeah, I got to see what that's about. So I remember then, like, I think going after the other Kickboxer movies to check them out and like you out with no Van Damme. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then they just with the flashback where they just do that flashback where they kill him. Hey, you know what I read? I wanted to ask you, or any of you guys knew in the second one, the Albert Pune one, where they do the flashback where Tong Po shoots
Kills,
Van Damme, you know?
Van Damme,
he shoots him in the head. Apparently, I read that they filmed a whole fight scene, and they said that it was way more badass than any of the fight scenes that they filmed, so they didn't use it. Like the fight scenes between the Van Damme lookalike and Tong Po, they filmed a whole sequence where he went and they fought it out like a huge
in
fight.
like shadows,
killed,
probably.
Yeah, and he probably did try to look like him. Yeah, exactly. And I guess they, that's where he kills both brothers and stuff. And they filmed a whole sequence. And after looking at it, they're like, this is way more badass in the end fight scene. It will lessen the impact. So they cut it down to just him shooting him. And I was like, dude, I want to see that now, even though I don't want to see them killed, but I do want to see that cut scene.
When we get to sequel time, all those fucking Sloan deaths from the sequels are going to be the things that I retcon first. Just
there's too much kicking.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, they had to go to guns.
Right? That's
Everyone
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When you've kicked your way through 3 films, it's time to bring on the fucking guns and the mayhem and the human trafficking plots. And like you get to that, back to the James Bond sense of this franchise where that like part of what Canon Films like was able to achieve on a low budget was by going to these locations and shooting all over the world in these places that are probably really tough to shoot. They were very like international studio, if you will. Like that shows that looks like dollars on the screen when you're in Thailand or wherever they shot the first film. And then the second film being in LA, it just didn't have like any of that kind of, grander feel on a lower budget. It just felt more like a direct-to-video type of movie, even though I think the second one did come out in theaters.
No, definitely. And then, no, you're right. And the third one, that was just, go ahead.
Yeah, the third one, then it's direct-to-video time for sure. But the interesting thing about the second film is it's actually the first feature film ever written by David Goyer, who would later go on to write the Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh,
and,
that's right.
The
I
Blade
did
trilogy, and became quite an accomplished screenwriter. Obviously, I always like those are some of my favorite early screenwriting credits are the David Goyer on Kickboxer 2 and J.J. Abrams' first movie being Taking Care of Business with James Belushi.
Right.
It was 2 of my favorite pieces of film trivia.
Dude, that's so funny. Yeah, I love that JF. I was gonna say I love that J.F. Lawton, who wrote Pretty Woman, also wrote The Hunted with Christopher Lambert, which is the best modern day ninja movie ever made. Not ever made, but it's close. After all the Canon ones came out in 95. Lambert.
Yes, Stars Channel, 1993. The Haunted. That was on like every weekend on that channel.
Oh man!
And I was like, dude, the writer of Pretty Woman.
Oh, this is
fantastic.
this is like Dimension put Christopher Lambert in like everything. It's like, what's this movie? Oh, it's a remake of Great Expectations. Christopher Lambert, put him in there.
I love that you say Lambert, which is probably the correct way to pronounce it, but it's like
that's
people say Tarjay. It's like people say Tarjay.
Classier.
It does sound classier. Yeah.
Tarjay.
Hey,
like
what would you rather see? A movie with Highlander 3: The Final Dimension with Christopher Lambert, or Christopher Lambert? Oh yeah,
either way, it's got
Lambert.
Mario Van Peebles.
Christophe Lambert. There can be only 5,000.
Yes. But
That's too much.
But anyways, like I was saying, with the third one, you're back you're in South America, you're in like a location again, and that feels like it's an injection of like scale into the movie, and like, you know, it feels bigger, it feels a little more
I will
exotic.
say this once,
Yeah.
and I will say it never ever again. You look at some of that footage, all right, in Kickboxer 3,
The Art of
and
War.
I get the Art of War, and I will tell you that some of those shots are in Delta Force 2. I said it once, I will never say it again.
Probably true.
And I'll disbelieve you this many times.
I like
That
watching.
sounds totally legit. They make their own B-roll, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know they
yeah.
did. Canon would
Yeah.
do that. So I mean,
Of
like
course.
literally, I'm watching. I'm like, I see what you did.
They're like, we got to cash in on the scenery we paid $10 for.
Yeah, like, and
Again,
they just put it in other movies.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they reused
glad.
footage from Delta Force 2.
Wow, no question.
I
So I do want
wouldn't
to
be
touch.
surprised. But go ahead.
You
I was
looking
gonna
at
say, I do
touch?
I'm looking to touch.
Okay.
I do want to touch the chat briefly. Hardcore
You stay
Graveyard
away
is,
from that You stay away from that chat, Chris.
Don't you dare.
Oh my God, there's no smooth transition out of this for me now.
There's just like
yeah.
that shirt. There's no way out of it.
Just like this shirt, you know you need it and you know you love it. But Hardcore Graveyard says, just like this shirt, he needs all 9 Blood Fist films, all 9 of them. God
Yes.
damn it! The fact
And
that
only two of them are actual sequels. The rest they just
Yep.
kept putting Blood Fist on it. It was the
Yep.
best thing ever. Like,
The fist
like-
thing.
yeah.
Just the
Yeah.
full box set.
it's like
great.
the meatballs of martial arts. It makes no sense, and we still love it.
and we love
Um,
it. Yes.
Yes, that's when it, you know, quote unquote, sucks so good. Alex Bonafonte in the chat though says, for me, Sasha Mitchell is forever the generic Keanu on Step by Step, ... and other stuff. Angie Saunders says she prefers
Generic Keanu.
well, you know, hey, he was a new Keanu for a new age. We couldn't have Keanu direct to video kickboxing and, you know, sucking kicks and kicking ass and all that stuff. He was busy making Speed and a Walk in the Clouds or something. So he had other things to do in the 90s, like Johnny Mnemonic and Chain Reaction.
All the Keanu Reeves movies. You could have said Freaked. You could have said Much Ado About Nothing. You brought up a Walk.
I tried to think
in
of the weirdest one I could.
Clouds.
I just
My
tried to think of,
God.
this is why Keanu was too cool for Kickboxer at the time. Now he would be great. I say bring him in as the newest Sloan brother.
Oh my gosh. Get him and Van Damage to fight it out.
Or
Take
like
my
Joey
money.
Lawrence.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh well, we are getting ahead of ourselves here.
We are. We
I do like-
apologize.
I do love that
everybody at home.
Sean Gold's code in the chat is from now on all comments are comments to the death. Those are bold words to live by. So let's talk about what we're all here for. Your favorite code man moments from Step by Step, he says. And of course, our good friends at Retro Fiend Radio says, I knew my boy Dustin would kill it on Kickboxer trivia. I'm so proud. Again, if you don't know, you better ask somebody because Retro Fiend Radio will kick your face off with awesomeness. You better check out their YouTube. So
Thanks, guys. What up?
we've tried to maybe avoid it, but we do have to talk about Kickboxer 4, The Aggressor.
No, we don't. We literally
yeah, we do.
don't.
I'm sorry.
There's so many things we could do
It's
in
canon.
this world.
There's
No,
so
we could-
many things we could do.
We could pick lint out of our feet. All right. We could we could polish the deck. Like we could do anything we want in this world, but that we don't have to do, Chris.
Those jobs can be done by anyone, my friend, but only we,
Dude,
the chosen 4, could talk about Kickboxer 4. There's 4 of us,
Yeah.
and there's at this point 4 of those films. We'll get to the 5th one, but right now it's 4 on 4, and it's on the floor. And I need to know what's the score. So who wants to fire the first shot? Probably me, I'm guessing.
I'll
Dustin.
fire the first shot.
All right, Ian
There,
just
you
did
know, like,
already,
this
yeah.
is- that's what that is.
Kickboxer Fart, The Aggressor. It's probably how you view Kickboxer 4. And
God.
apparently how Sasha Mitchell does too. But I mean, come on, guys. We've got a kidnapping plot. We've got an underground secret martial arts tournament. We've got a
Yeah, I'm all
code
for that.
man who doesn't want to be there. We got Tom
Right.
fucking Matthews. and the movie is, you know, lacking on everything else. So
Tom Matthews in that one?
Yeah, Tom Matthews is in
You
that
even
one.
got a
Oh, that's
bootleg
right,
Tong
yeah.
Po.
Yes, and
You
that's
don't
the
even
thing that's
have-
interesting is they create a bootleg Tong Po for this one. They find some other guy and they put him in like prosthetics to look like Tong Po and shave his head, and like apparently he didn't know shit about martial arts and
The quest for more money.
Yeah, well, it was so funny because by the time they square off at the end, like Sasha Mitchell just beats the shit out of him in like 2 seconds. And it's like it's over, and they don't even.
It almost becomes like cat and mouse, where like Tong Po's just running away.
Exactly.
Yeah, I will not
do something.
I will not lie to our audience. Kickboxer 4, I turned on for 10 minutes and I said I'm done. I'm too old. I have too many responsibilities. There's just not enough time in the day.
There are too many boobs in this movie for anyone I live with to come into the room and see me watching it at this stage of my life.
It was just, it's like after 4 minutes, you just, nope, click.
I just saw it on fast forward on mute, and I knew exactly what was going on. It's incredible.
Incredible.
Kickboxer 4 and Kickboxer 2 are both just very much Albert Pune movies, though. I mean,
they totally.
If you look at like Cyborg, you know, they feel just like his movies. So he's putting his little enjoyable buds and suds spin on it. You know, I always love the just the martial arts tournament, sort of everyone different styles fighting against each other. Like I didn't give a shit. Like I'll watch that 10 different times. I'll watch The Quest. I'll watch
the Quest.
I'll watch anything that has to do with any sort of martial arts tournament, different styles pitting against each other. I liked how they brought in real martial artists, like in the background, guys, just like fighting them. You know, you pick them out of the crowd and stuff. They brought in some of the Machado brothers and stuff. And Albert Pune movies are definitely buds and suds. What the hell are we doing?
I always call it cheese and sleaze, like my two favorite things, and there's a lot of both. And Kickboxer 4 specifically is just like fucking off the rails. Like, you know, if ever there's a coked out movie script, that is a coked out movie script. Just like
I heard that Sasha Mitchell was just an asshole too on the set, and he was very hard to work with, and he was making death threats and screaming, and probably going through withdrawal.
He was going method.
Yeah, I heard he's a total. I heard he's a total.
Getting fired up.
You gotta understand.
Exactly. Yeah.
What it takes to inhabit a character like David Sloan and to bring truth to such a role, you have to get method. There's no way you can just half that shit.
Well, once you have that hairdo, you're method. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you just let that leg spin wherever it goes. You know what I mean?
If the hair's right, it doesn't matter where the leg kicks.
No, or the script, it's like my hair's good, I can kick high. Let's do this.
As long as
5, 6.
Turn the blow dryer on.
I will give 4 another chance. If you tell me there's a villain like the one in Cyborg where every time he makes a punch, there's like a 5-second scream. You know, do you ever watch that Cyborg where it's like,
Is it the gut wrenching scream in Fade into Distance? Because that's the best sound that's ever been recorded. Again, I wish we could like have a soundboard where we have that on standby here. Like hit that on a button, because it's the best scream ever, and it's only when it's used inappropriately, like in Beethoven and shit like that. Like shouldn't have it. It's in Con Air, I think. It's in fucking Face Off. It's in a bunch of movies, but I need the soundboard. We're 32 episodes.
Is that okay? Okay. There's the Wilhelm scream. Is that the one with the?
No, that's the gut wrenching scream in Fade into Distance. The Wilhelm scream is like.
Oh yeah, no, the Wilhelm. I know that, but is that the other one that they play in like every action movie trailer? Yeah. Oh my God, the best usage of this. All right, I want everybody. No, I want everybody out there right now. Shut this off. Go on Amazon and YouTube. There's a movie called Parole Violators. All right. Just do yourself a favor and watch this movie. There's a scene where a guy is running and he runs away from the supposed parole violator and hits a a tin sign, like a tin stop sign. They use that scream. It's this independent movie from 1992, and they use that scream, and it's the best. You will cry out of the sheer enjoyment.
You'll cry.
You'll cry.
A tear to your eye.
I've cried at less romantic moments, believe me.
Yeah, it's called Kickboxer 4.
I cried, but they weren't exactly tears of joy. They were tears of jealousy and rage because I was enraged that I didn't direct the film. I thought I could have brought something to it.
Anything.
So I'll tell you what, you think Kickboxer 4 is bad? Well, then what the fuck do you call Kickboxer 5? Because
I
didn't watch
unwatchable.
Costco's.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't even watch them. I didn't even attempt to watch any of this new crap, this new direct to Blu-ray.
Direct to
That's one thing I will say.
Direct to
Yeah,
trash can.
the transfer is so clean on the new ones. It's like watching it. It's weird watching like the trailers and stuff. It's
Oh, there
or
are some foreign
watch-
Blu-rays
yeah.
of those Kickboxer sequels I need to get. Yeah.
yeah.
I bought a
The
regional
trip.
free player for a reason, damn it.
And I don't care if they brought back Van Damme. Okay. No.
Oh, no, fuck
No.
that shit. Not the retaliation or vengeance or whatever.
No,
No,
those are-
aren't.
Oh, I
No,
thought
those
that's what
are
you're
made
talking
up.
about. I thought that's
No,
what you're
no,
talking
no.
about.
No. Kickboxer 5 was in 1995 with Mark Dacascos, where again they're like, now the other Sloan's been murdered now. Like all the Sloans are dead.
Yeah.
And now it's on this
dude,
guy. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking
The
about
tragedy of the
redemption.
Sloans, man.
I think it's redemption.
Yeah,
It's
kickbacks.
Yeah.
Kickbacks.
Yeah,
Let me
life,
check the scorecard here.
redemption.
Yes,
I don't know
the
why.
redemption.
I don't know why I went South Boston on the fifth movie.
They
here.
got a
Sorry,
great
folks.
cast.
Yes,
But the
true.
movies are
Great cast.
terrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, if they would have just
turd.
called it something
I
else,
mean,
they would have had something to
right.
work with,
It was ridiculous.
If they had called it Kick Lovers, it would have gotten a great reception.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Kick lovers.
I don't know, new kicks on the block, something, they
New
would have
kicks
figured
on the
out a
block.
good
Anything.
Damn it.
kick. Yeah, or like, just like Ninja Kickboxer, American Kickboxer, Samurai Kickboxer, just combine like another
I like
word,
this. I like this
Yeah,
movie. I call it.
jungle
We call
cat
it Kickboxer 9.
Bloody kick.
Yeah, right? Yeah, bloody kick.
Anything Mannheim Golem.
Vengeance
is
of the Kickboxer, just like anything a little bit different.
All right, I'm just
Yeah,
going to
exactly.
say. I'm going to say titles of movies. You pick which one you like. Quest for Lover Kickboxer. All right,
Perfect.
Spaghetti
So-
Kickboxer.
Spaghetti kickboxer. Oh my god, I would love to see a Sergio Leone kickboxer movie. That would make
Oh.
my fucking life, dude.
Dude.
Make my fucking
man.
life. So interestingly enough, some
Oh,
funny
man.
things in the chat, and we're at the half-hour mark, so we'll get pitching in just a second. But in the chat, Alex Bonafonte says Sasha Mitchell has a criminal history. I knew that was going to come up. Gold's Code says he was arrested for murdering these films, which is a fabulous touche.
First degree.
First
That's
degree
impressive.
murder, to which comment wins flawless victory. Kyle, our sound man, our streamer 2.0 says, I can get a soundboard for stream, which is now something I know I can do and will. So
Oh
you'll be
my
hearing
gosh!
some-
Please do.
Yes, you guys are going to be
Yes.
hearing some gut-wrenching screams and some
Oh my
fart
God! Give
noises.
us the scream.
Um,
Just randomly in the middle of the show, give us that scream. I don't care where it happens. Just put it in here.
It's coming, so get ready. So there's also some more talk about the technicalities of how soundboards work, which we will get to off air. Alex Bonafonte says Kickboxer 5, stop it already. Which I can't disagree there. But hey, I also can't, blame them for trying. I'm sure, yeah, something happened.
Yes,
on
you
Kickboxer
can.
4.
You can 100% blame them for trying, sir. Like, this is America. Blame them all you want.
They're trying to hold it all together, and it's like the Beatles with just Ringo. Like, what are they doing?
Kickstart.
How else are you supposed to launder drug money, Ian? Jesus.
Yeah, right?
Well, this is
These movies are really made to fucking
Kickboxer 5. At least if
Yeah.
Ringo is in Kickboxer 5, there'd actually be rhythm to the kicks. It's just
I got kicked so hard I adjourned myself
No,
to another
The
dimension.
only thing watchable
and again,
about
I know I
Kickboxer
didn't
5 is
see
Mark-
it, so don't. Oh, wait, sorry.
mean-
What
Mark
Dustin?
Dacascos is the only thing that's entertaining about Kickboxer 5. Other than that, it's unwatchable. It's all right. I watched it in 4, so you didn't have to watch it.
Yeah, his fights are good. Yeah, his fights are always good, but
I'm gonna have to watch it now. But
it's
like,
oof, it's a tough
no,
one.
It's a slog.
Like I said, life is too short now, man. I mean, like I said, sometimes you just gotta know what it is and just move past that on the shelf.
Well, speaking of
all
moving
those
past
movies on like split screen, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, give me the NFL.
Yeah.
Give me the NFL package for the Kickboxer movie.
Yeah, the red zone.
Yeah,
I want to. Yes. Oh fuck yes. Like only when there's a fight scene, like it comes on the big screen. Then it there's just automatic switching going on. Like in like in '80s movies, they'd walk into a party and there'd just be TVs everywhere and cameras everywhere and cocaine everywhere. I want that, but it's all Kickboxer movies. There's nothing homoerotic about it, I swear. I feel fine. I feel fine having all these shirtless men around. I don't need,
Oh man! Like a Russian Hero Club, but full of Kickboxer movies.
You've been watching the dance from Kickboxer way too many times.
Here's the thing.
Chris.
It's about time to pitch, and it's fortuitous that we haven't talked about the dance scene yet, because what we really need to do is Kickboxer 6, Suck My Kick, and it's a dance movie. It's all about the art of dance fighting, and it's all just Van Damme in the thong back shirt. Really what the audience came here
Who invented that? Who invented that
Van
shirt?
Damme himself.
Van Damme.
In his trailer.
Yeah, custom tailored.
It's just,
oh yeah.
Do you see what I'm wearing down here? I want that up here.
Invented the roundhouse kick, the bare naked butt shot, split shots, and
I will say this. The one thing I do love about Kickboxers, it does keep up the tradition that in every Van Damme movie, there's going to be two things that happen. One is, well, not the butt. He doesn't always do the butt. All right, but one.
No, he pretty much always does the butt.
No, sir. You did not watch all the Quest. All right. And he did not do butt in sudden. What was it? Sudden death.
The hockey movie, Sudden Death.
Yeah, the hockey one. Yeah, Sudden Death.
To be fair, the only reason he didn't do butt in that was because there was no time. It was sudden death, overtime.
Yeah.
There was no time for butt.
When you're wearing like a loincloth, it's easy to like sneak a cheek out. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's part of it. You're forgetting that.
But what they always do, he always has to explain the accent, which I love, right? And in this movie, you had everything because mom took you to America and I got over here. It's like,
here is me in France,
They say, it's me in France and you in America. Or my favorite is in Death Warrant. Hey, where's that Canadian cop that we have exchanged here in America? They have to explain his accent. It's like, we get it. You could just be Van Damme. Arnold never had to explain it. But then the second thing,
Arnold did explain it in Commando, though, I think.
Maybe in Commando, but never elsewhere did he explain it. But the second thing they do, Van Damme always gets cut in the stomach. I can always rely on Van Damme getting cut in the stomach.
Or the chest. Sometimes it's the chest. Usually
check
both.
it out.
Well, that's what happens. That's what happens when you're knife fighting.
Check it out. He always gets cut. Double Impact, cut with this knife. Death Warrant, cut with a shank. This movie,
to be fair,
you know why? It's a Steve James thing. It's because then I can take my shirt off.
That's it.
Cut me,
right.
And he always takes his shirt off after, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
To be fair, Van Damme works with like a bag of like 12 different moves, and he just recycles those moves in all of his movies.
It's like a chest.
The thing about Van Damme that does.
Which one do you want?
Right. It's a carrot top. Yeah, or something. It's like he's got a chest full of different tricks and he pulls them out and the audience knows what's coming, but they love it every time. Now, it's how he uses it. I mean, that's why he took over the directing of the fight scenes in Kickboxing. He did the same thing in Bloodsport. He did the same thing in Cyborg. He'll just re-edit the shit out of those movies and they're successful. So, I mean, you can say he's kind of being a prima donna, but hey, those movies were really successful at the time for showing the audience what you wanted to do. He knew how to film a fight scene. He knew how to play to the camera really well. And like, obviously the difference between Kickboxer 1 and Kickboxer 2 through 6 or 7 are obviously, huge, but,
I'm too tired today. You get half of number 2 and maybe a number 6, but I do not give you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You only give me $5,000. That's only one day of work. You get half of Van Damme. You know, it's like
you get half of a
30%
5, but that's it.
Well,
F5.
One of my favorite things about Van Damme, though, is that you're right. He worked with a bag of 12 moves, and in his career, he's had chemistry with only like 4 other actors, and one of them is himself in like Double Impact,
Right.
and he's like the replicant. I think he's in a couple movies where there's multiple Van
The
Dammes
rep,
around.
yeah.
You know,
Right.
so like that's you get 2 times the Van Damme in this. Like, you pay me twice. Now
Yeah.
it's good. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I like how you
wouldn't
kind of
they-
said it like replicant. Like he didn't succeed very well. It wasn't
Yeah,
replicant. It was
replicant.
replicant.
well, you know,
Yeah.
the show will be bare when we're pitching Replicant Hardly Wait.
That's his whole. Yeah, that's his whole thing, though. He's like when the
By the
camera
way, that's
cuts, they
next
don't
week's
want to cut
episode,
to somebody.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, Dustin?
That's his whole thing, though. He's said it before. He's like, when the camera cuts, the audience doesn't want to see something else. They want to see more Van Damme. So that's why he even puts himself in it. So it gives them a chance to even cut back to even twice the amount of Van Damme.
That's beautiful.
It's like,
I'll tell you
yeah.
what, you know, all this talk and this energy has inspired me, and I hope we have some pitches. We do have some pitches in the chat already, which is good. I'm starting to percolate on quite the pitch now. That is going to satisfy everyone's kickboxing as well as comedy needs. But because there are some in the chat, I do want to touch on those. Gold's Code says, pitch. Winston Taylor has remained in Thailand as a famous driver, but when Uber starts taking his business, it will be up to the last Sloan brother to save his business. That is outstanding. Oh, I was hoping to God
goddamn
someone was
Uber
going to
drivers
mention
taking
him.
my goddamn money. Yes, dude.
The real hero of this
man.
franchise, fucking Winston Taylor. I love it. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And Retro Fiend Radio also says, my wife says it's all about the loincloth.
Ah.
To which Alex Bonafonte says, best way to free ball, which I love. Alex Bonafonte also has a pitch.
Oh.
Bring back Van Damme and give him his dramatic action Oscar bait mashup of Kickboxer and The Wrestler. Include alcoholism, absentee parenting, painkillers, tax trouble keeping him overseas, etc. I am so down for that. That just sounds like a hell of a time. You know,
Yeah.
why not make a direct-to-video turd that dares to be art? I applaud you, sir. Like, slow
Yes.
clap, because that's outstanding.
It is.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any pitches, or do you want me to come right in with my silly bullshit like I usually do?
I'll be honest, I had that idea. My pitch was honestly kind of the almost a mix of you know, Deer Hunter, you know, that kind of the where Christopher Walken just kind of goes on death wish mode and he's just constantly doing Russian roulette. I think that was my kind of thing. He's, you know, he's there because I refuse to do any other Kickboxer other than, you know, a direct sequel to the first Kickboxer. You know, in my world, 2 through 3, I'm going to pull a Halloween here. It did. Those movies didn't exist. But I think that he should be just in such a terrible state where he's taken all these matches and he's just trying to end it, right? Like he wants to die in the match. Like it's just not happening. And I actually thought about that. All of a sudden there's the wrestling moment where he does win. And all of a sudden it's kind of like a mix of Rocky, and Creed. And all of a sudden he kind of is getting back up to the point where what's going to happen at the end, he's got to go up against, why am I blanking on his name? Tung Po?
Tung Po, yeah.
Tung Po.
Yeah. He's got to go up against Tung Po. Like that's it. And I don't know if those newer ones did that. I don't know if that's what happens. You know, because again, I didn't see.
Ironically, I think they killed off every Sloan brother in canon, which we're gonna have to undo, of course. And in my version of where this franchise should go. But I don't think they ever killed off Tung Po. Like he just keeps coming back.
No.
Like, we don't have the actor. Like, just bring him back anyways. Fuck it. Like,
Yeah, he always runs off.
yeah,
'Cause,
that's true.
Yeah,
he's like the Joker.
yeah.
Like Batman never really gets the Joker. The Joker always kind of, you know, gets into Arkham and then escapes or something. You know, that's
Right,
sort of
totally.
Tung Po's MO, if you will.
Which is pretty
But
rad.
there is some more pitch in the chat here. Another pitch in the chat, I should say. Gold's Code again says, pitch. The Code Man, after vanishing from Step by Step, returns to the Lambert family with the truth that he's a kickboxing champion, but no one believes him until a local tournament kicks off. I would fucking watch the shit out of that. That would be so bold and amazing and just what the fuck, batshit awesome.
And at the
I
very
would
end,
be there.
Patrick Duffy's in a shower saying, "Hey, what's up? It's all been a dream."
No, Patrick Duffy's in his corner. He's his corner man. And so is JT. It's the fucking weirdest corner in the history of fight movies, but I'm here for it. And the kid from Beethoven is there too. He's like the only one that knows what's up.
Oh my gosh, he wasn't Beethoven.
Yes, I forget his fucking name. It's like Christopher or something, I think.
It's Peter Billings ripoff. That's who it is.
So
but
funny.
I guess
Did you notice Stiles and Kickboxer 2 made a cameo of Brian Austin Green?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he made a little cameo.
I knew you were gonna say it.
I was like, dude, I know Wonder Styles loves this movie, dude. It's step by step with 90210 with the
David
Kung Fu
Silver.
mix they did it. Yeah,
Oh
dude, I
my
would have
God.
David Silver.
Now that's a tie-in I need. I need David Silver and Terry Silver and the Sloan family all learning the Quicksilver. But they're doing it in Breakin' 3, Hydraulic Boogaloo. And it's underwater. It's gonna be incredible. It's gonna blow your mind. Eat your fucking shit out, James Cameron. Eat your heart out.
Eat your shit out.
Eat your shit out. I got the underwater movie you can't touch. You can't top it.
Not since Humanoids of the Deep has ever been a movie so bold.
No, but I've been thinking about this for the longest time because I've always wanted the Code Man and the Van Damme to team up. And like Code Man Damme or something, we'll come up with a cool
Code Man Damme. Turn this episode off now, Kyle. Like, it's done. Like, we don't need to say another
Cherry on
word.
top. No. I need some Code Man damage, and I need Tong Po back, of course. And I wouldn't be mad if you threw Chong Li in there as well. But I think there's another villain that we need to tie this all together. And I'm going to make the canon films like Megaverse here. And they all work for the fucking Pentangle, right? And at the head of the Pentangle is Steven Seagal. And it's going to take all the fucking Sloan brothers to kick the shit out of his ponytail. And I'm just here for it. And you said it anywhere exotic, Fiji perhaps, because I'd like to go there. Doesn't seem like it would be too gruesome to shoot there. Yeah, and I'm there.
Now I'm Billy Drago
style. What?
I want Billy Drago.
Billy Drago could be there. He could be one of the villains, you know.
Yeah.
You could even have Mark Dacascos in there for some reason, you know.
Yeah.
Why not? Give him a chance to redeem himself. And you know what? At the end, when the Kickboxers think they're gonna lose, who comes in to help them? But fucking Dudikoff and Bradley, the American Ninjas. They team up, and it becomes like Canon Films Endgame, and just throw machine guns and breasts and bullets and bombs and ninjas and bikes and trucks and everything.
Bad matching.
You just basically made
bad acting.
You just made pretty much every current Nicolas Cage movie is what you just told us about.
Yeah, right.
No, Nicolas Cage is making like National Treasure 48, or Sorcerer's Apprentice's Hitman's Bodyguard, or just like whatever the fuck I could give two farts and a martini about. That's what Nicolas Cage is. No disrespect, because Nicolas Cage is legit one of the greatest actors that is alive. But like he just chooses to do these weird fart house movies. So
he can't say no.
Yeah,
he can't spell no.
Yeah.
Like he can't
he'll do a movie where he's
no with
like,
a map and a Ouija board. Like
exactly. That's a trip. I want to see Pig.
What is Pig?
Pig. Oh.
This got a new movie coming out called Pig.
Watch the trailer. If none of you guys have seen the trailer for Pig, once you're done, we hop off of here.
This is actually his art house, like dramatic Oscar kind of.
Oh, really? Okay.
Try again kind of movie.
He's going for gold again. Shit.
Where he's literally looking for a pig, though. It's not like a euphemism. He's looking for a pig.
I mean, on the one hand, we have Nicolas Cage maybe going for an Oscar again. On the other hand, in our chat, we have Gold's Code saying Breakin' 3, Silver Bullet. And goddamn, I'm just like,
Oh,
I
dude, I'm
need
all
that.
for that.
Oh my God.
Dude.
Like, can we just like reanimate Corey Haim, please? Or like
Dude.
deep fake his
Oh,
face
man.
onto a different wheelchaired kid and like wheelchair
Dude.
breaking. Oh, I know we're way off topic here, but like that is just brilliance and I need to see it happen.
Oh, man, dude. That's awesome.
But getting back to the Kickboxer franchise and legacy that we're here to honor. Do you guys have any more pitches? I may have overlooked one or two in the chat. There are some comments on some of the pitches, of course, as well. But I don't want to, I could keep pitching all day for Kickboxer, but I don't want to monopolize everyone's time.
I had something like, I was thinking, what if Kurt takes his brother back to like China? He has to take him to China or something to get some sort of stem cell therapy, something to help him walk again.
Yes.
And, it looks hopeful like he's going to walk, but then it turns out that they just harvest his organs, fill them with drugs, and it's Tong Po running this triad organization, and they put like a bomb in him, and they have to like rush him back to Tong Po's drug island. But it turns out the drug,
it's a Statham
but it turns
movie.
out the drug island is also where it's from Kickboxer 3 with it's at the Caribbean or wherever the fuck that island they're at, Kickboxer 3, the Philippines or something, and the two brothers are there, coincidentally on that island still. And they land there, and Tong Po thinks he's going to get his drugs and kill his brother or whatever, but it turns out the brothers helped them disarm the bomb, and there's a martial art tournament where they have everyone. So Tong Po comes with all his bad guys from all the different movies. That's his crew showing up thinking he's gonna like get his drugs and all that shit and kill his brothers. But really what happens, it's actually the island there full of, they're going to have a martial art tournament, and Tong Po's the one who has to this time fight for his life through the tournament and fight Kurt Sloan at the end of it in order to live. So it's sort of like a little bit of a flip, but Tong Po is like
Cobra Kai that a little bit.
Yeah, it turns on him, and then he's the one that's got to fucking fight.
Can I just say right now, I know for a fact my mom is one of our biggest fans of this show, and she's watching this right now.
Aw, thank you, Mrs. Klink.
How you doing, Mom? But she is so lost right now of what anything we're talking about, and I just find that so funny.
Oh, well, thank you so much for tuning in anyway.
Sorry,
I love it, but I'm like, I know she has no clue what Kickboxer is, but she's paying attention to that plot.
I'm just imagining my mom in here, like, Kickboxer, is that the one with Mr. Miyagi? Like, like she's saying some shit. Like, does that have Daniel
that is
Russo?
good. Yeah. That is good though. Like, honestly though, I do want to go back to more of a Kickboxer, like the first movie, which let's be honest, Kickboxer was kind of a remake of Bloodsport. I mean, it's like Bloodsport worked, let's kind of do the same thing again in a weird way, but better because of the training montage. I mean, the hit when he kicks that tree, that's probably my favorite part of the whole movie. Like,
oh yeah,
that's
one of Van Damme's best moments. Yeah,
Spin kicks the pot.
Yeah, the tree is one of the 4 actors he has chemistry with. It's like Chong Li, Tom Po himself, and the tree, and Zian.
Yeah, the banana tree. Yeah,
so it's like as much as I love like the action of 3 and just the sheer madness that 3 is, I kind of want more of that first movie, but so like I love Dustin's plot, but it's like I just don't want it so actiony, and I want my original Kickboxer. Maybe that's just me.
That was the second half. I was like, it's going to be a tournament that's sort of the same thing. So it gets everything. It's an action movie. It's kind of like
good.
It's kind of like 2 and 3 give you action, but the second half will give you the Kickboxer tournament feel too. It's the Sloans fighting the Pose. Now
that I'm in. I'm in for that.
I wouldn't be mad at a son of Tong Po showing up at this point, but I don't want a next generation.
Yes, Creed style. No, I want. Let's rip off Creed. Right? Let's do this. Like, no, I want. Let's make the real Rocky 4 director's cut sans robot shit. Let's do what everybody really wants instead of that crap.
Sans robot.
Stupid.
Oh my
good.
God.
See,
there
yeah,
are many
my sequel would be a little different. It's pretty much like the same as the first one, but they're like way older. They're in like their 60s or 70s, and it's like senior citizen Kumite, like the
Yes.
same. But yeah, that's what I'm
Only
thinking.
if
Pretty
they-
much the
only if-
same
yeah.
thing as the first one, just they're really old now, and like
only if
their back
only
hurts
if, only
and
if
like
Dan Gibb
They're
is in
taking
it.
Tylenol and shit.
yeah.
I refuse to watch a
Yeah.
Bloodsport movie without Dan Gibb. I need my
Oh,
ogre.
Donald Gibb?
Or Don
Man.
Gibb, yeah.
Yeah. This
I need my ogre.
Yeah,
Ogre- ogre,
we're
you
talking
asshole.
Kickboxer here.
Yeah.
We'll get to Ogre, you asshole, when we do Revenge of the Nerds.
No, but I'm
or,
saying like if you're doing a Bloodsport, Kumite.
Oh
like,
yeah,
come
he
on.
could show up. Yeah, in my ultimate
Yeah.
team up version,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
would be one of the people that shows up to kick ass on the side
Yes.
of good
Yeah.
at the end. Just
I
like
ain't your
Endgame
pal,
that
dick
shit.
face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, showing up to get his Harley Davidson patch back from Chong Li. He finally gets
Yes.
revenge. We all want to see that. We all want to be there for it. Every fight's got
Yeah.
backstory, and that's how you make it work. I'm telling
And
you.
everybody's got a back thong with the backstory.
And pleated
Everyone's got a
pleated
backbone.
pants up to your hips, man.
And
Yes.
shitty dance moves, like the whole nine.
With the belt fastened oh so tight that are just south of the nipple.
Pretty much, yeah.
Your pants are like up to your armpits, and then your back thong is literally a back
Dangerously
thong.
deep.
Dangerously deep.
Next show, I want you to be wearing that, Chris. No more Hawaiian shirts. I want you
They
wearing a
don't make
back
Hawaiian
thong.
back thongs. I've checked.
Sir, you create it. You don't find it. You create that.
Just put it on backwards.
You RuPaul drag race that shit and you make
If-
it happen, all right?
If I could, I would. I can't do that stuff. I'm terrible. I don't have.
Hey,
You got the back for it.
Somebody once said you can't. Somebody once said you can't kick down this tree, and he did it.
He didn't say you can't
Yeah.
do it though. He just said your brother. Remember?
Yeah.
That's what.
My leg, my leg, like this. Ah!
Oh my god. So there is some more pitch. Kyle 2.0 is our hero. He says, I know how to sew. I got you, Chris. Kyle 2.0. God
Yes.
bless you. We love you. We would be lost without you doing this show.
You
All
get
right,
a back
Hawaiian-
thong, Derek.
Hawaiian
and you
back
get a
thongs
back
and
thong,
soundboards
Dustin, and
coming
You
up-
get a
yeah.
back thong.
Send me a link. I'll
Like
buy one
Oprah,
right now.
fucking Kyle, we're about to be millionaires. We're going into the Hawaiian back thong business, brother. It's gonna be great. So there's one more pitch in the
Funny.
chat, and then we do.
And I
have to
love
wrap
when
it up
all
for-
two people buy it.
Yes, all two people named me and myself. And
It's
also
worth it
one
for the
last pitch.
joke.
One last pitch in the chat. Gold's Code says Sloan takes on his toughest foe yet, an environmentalist. When Sloan discovers that kicking trees is illegal, it will be a match for the ages.
Nice.
What a way to wrap it up, sir.
Wow.
I
I love it.
Man.
I love that. Sato would definitely have something to say to that environmentalist. You coward. But anyways, we are with that does just about do it on time. So I do want to give you guys a chance to pitch anything you have upcoming, anything you want to let the people at home know about, or just wish them a happy Thanksgiving. Derek, Dustin, anything you guys got in the works?
We got Tom Stern stories coming out on Retro Fiend Radio soon, probably the next day or so. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely coming super soon. We have more crew stories coming up, more Sam Furstenberg, more Steve Lambeau stuff, and other stuff in the works. So please come by, check us out. Love you guys for all the support, and yeah, man, rock on.
Hell yeah. Always looking forward to the next Retro Fiend drop. Ian, Derek, you guys got anything coming up in the works, or just looking forward to some time off for the holiday, eat some turkey, all that jazz?
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to a turkey in a can.
Yeah.
But no, just we just released my short that I directed for some great friends of ours at Dairy Public Radio podcast. Their short film that I directed, Dairy Public Radio, the movie. It's a great little throwback to some great Stephen King Easter eggs and just real fun stories. You can find that on YouTube. Also, Fandom Spotlite just dropped a couple of reviews recently for not only Monster A Go-Go, Wisconsin's terrible cheesy film. But also I did a review of Ghostbusters Afterlife that just came out today. Wonderful, wonderful film and made me cry. So please go check out that movie just because it's a great movie. But hopefully next week I will have a review on the classic 80s reality TV movie, The Running Man. So,
oh my God.
Rad.
I can't wait to read that. That's going to be incredible. I love few things in life like I love Harold Faltermeyer's score to The Running Man.
That's the best part of that movie.
I can't find all the cues online. It really bugs me. There's a lot of jams that like when like the
I got
ICS
the CD.
girls.
I got the CD, buddy.
Dude,
I got
all
you.
the ICS jams are on there.
Man.
I got them.
I need it.
Good.
I need it. Those fucking bass lines are epic. Yeah. I just
The Christmas tree.
Not since Night Lover.
not since the likes of Night Lover have we seen such D, you got anything coming up?
I want that record. I want Night Lover's record. That's what I want.
We can get you a copy of we can get you a signed copy of some Night Lover shit. I'll talk to my man. I'll talk to my man Kiss Hawkins. D, anything coming up for you, brother? Just a good Thanksgiving and some time off and all that.
Yeah, I'm excited for the day off tomorrow. Spend some time with the family, eat a bunch, pass out on the couch next to everybody. Standard,
Standard.
Go fish. Yeah.
watching Blood Fist 4.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Yeah.
Hell yes. Well, before we wrap it up, you Fandom fans might want to tune into Tuesday's Fear the Walking Dead reactor panel featuring our very own Governor Captain Kyle. And of course, we want you to tune in next Wednesday at 9 p.m. We kick off our 4 weeks of Christmas with Richard Donner and Bill Murray's Scrooged. As always, if there's a particular movie or TV franchise you want us to cover on a future episode, let us know in the comment section on YouTube. And since you're already doing that, you might as well go ahead, like, subscribe, and follow Retro Fiend Radio, Fandom Spotlight, Rick Barth and the Line, the Hollow 9 Network, and Pop Culture Punk. Till then, back up those Betamax, rewind those laser discs, and we'll see you at the movies.